In the heart of an ancient land where empires rose and philosophies were born, Europe stands as a living museum of human achievement. This continent, often referred to as the cradle of Western civilization, offers an unparalleled blend of timeless beauty and cultural depth. From the imperial grandeur of cities to the quiet charm of sun-drenched coastal villages, every corner of Europe seems to whisper stories of art, architecture, and ambition. Though small in size, it casts a mighty presence on the world stage, drawing in more than 744 million travelers each year, and reigning as the unrivaled queen of global tourism. Now, let's take a closer look. But Europe's magic isn't just in its monuments or museums. It's in the landscapes that shift from rugged alpine peaks to gentle countryside lanes, and in the seamless way past and present coexist. You might walk through Roman ruins in the morning, enjoy a futuristic art installation by noon, then sip wine beneath a medieval cathedral by sunset. In this journey, we won't just visit places. We'll unlock the soul of a continent that has shaped the course of human history. Before continuing the video, we have a quiz for you. Arrange the following letters to name a place in Europe. We have a hint. This is a country without mosquitoes. Please comment on your answer below. It's time to begin our journey. The islands are inhabited, and they are well connected with paved roads, tunnels, bridges, and ferry lines. The Faroe Islands are an archipelago of 18 islands that were shaped by volcanic activity and the glaciers of the Ice Age. The name of the islands, Faroe, means sheep islands. What the Faroes lack in human population, they make up in their population of sheep. In fact, there are about 80,000 sheep on the islands that play an essential role in the Faroes' lifestyle and economy. Norsemen settled the islands in the 800s, and the name derives from Old Norse. For generations, the islands were isolated and self-sustaining, until the emergence of industrial fisheries in the late 1800s led to the Faroe Islands becoming part of the international economy. The islands comprise of approximately 1,400 square kilometers land, with 1,100 kilometers of accompanying coastal line. The terrain is a testament to the island's volcanic origins being distinctly rocky, with the coastline primarily consisting of cliffs. The archipelago has a maritime subarctic climate, and the climate is primarily characterized by overcast, rainy, and windy days. However, due to the proximity of the Gulf Current, the Faroes' winters are fairly mild. These islands are known for being the sunshine center of Europe and offer mild temperatures and a range of outstanding natural attractions. In fact, 5 of its 7 islands have been declared a biosphere reserve, and the archipelago has 4 national parks. The Canary Islands are an archipelago of volcanic origin and the largest and most populated in the Macaronesian region. The enormous climatic variability of the islands as a result of their diverse orography and isolation, among others, makes the archipelago hosting a great biological, landscape, and geological diversity that makes it one of the most diverse regions in Europe. They are truly a miniature continent that contains, staggered at different altitudes and different islands, several ecosystems representative of the Canary Islands. Its beaches are its most outstanding attractions and are perfect for relaxing in the sun or enjoying water sports such as windsurfing and scuba diving. In the interior, you'll find amazing landscapes which are ideal for hiking, cycle touring, rock climbing, and even caving. Some of the most spectacular include the volcanic scenery of Lanzarote, the beaches of Fuerteventura and Gran Canaria with their sand dunes, or the green forests of La Palma and La Gomera. The Canary Islands also offer a range of cultural options to explore, including the monumental site at San Cristobal de la Laguna, which has been awarded the World Heritage designation by the UNESCO, and the work of Cesar Manrique in Lanzarote. If you're going in February, you'll also be able to enjoy the spectacular carnival in Santa Cruz de Tenerife. It is located on the outskirts of Zaandam City, 15 kilometers north of the capital Amsterdam of the Netherlands. Zaanse, Schans. Netherlands is a place that preserves historical values, artifacts related to the daily life and industrialization of the Netherlands. This place is known for its giant wooden windmills, colorful wooden houses, and traditional craft workshops. Currently, the village has a total of 13 windmills, on average every 16 seconds. The windmills will rotate once, but when the wind is strong, it only takes 10 seconds. Some windmills here are more than 300 years old. Witnessing the operation of the windmills will make visitors very excited. Visiting Zaanse Schans village. Walking along the Zaanse River, visitors will come to the traditional wooden clog production area of the Netherlands. Wooden clogs are considered one of the symbols of the Netherlands, worn with traditional costumes of multi-layered skirts or wide-legged pants. In addition to visiting museums and workshops, you can stroll along the winding roads of the village or take a boat ride on the Zaanse River. You will see sheep and cows grazing on green wild grass fields, or take pictures with giant wooden shoes decorated with eye-catching flowers. Another way to enjoy the atmosphere of the village is to cycle on the small roads. Enjoy the peaceful and poetic scenery of the countryside and watch the sunset gradually fall. The park is situated in the mountainous region of Croatia, between the Mala Kapela mountain range in the west and northwest, and the Lička Plitvice mountain range to the southeast. Plitvice Lakes is the oldest and largest national park in the Republic of Croatia. With its exceptional natural beauty, this area has always attracted nature lovers, and already on the 8th of April 1949, it was proclaimed Croatia's first national park. It is the outstanding universal value for which the Plitvice Lakes were internationally recognized on 26 October 1979, with their inscription onto the UNESCO World Heritage List. In 1997, the boundaries of the national park were expanded, and today it covers an area just under 300 square kilometers. The park is primarily covered in forest vegetation, with smaller areas under grasslands. The densely wooded area is comprised of beech, spruce, and fir, followed by alpine and Mediterranean plant life. There are over 1,265 species of plants, with 75 of them endemic. The most attractive part of the park, the lakes, cover just under 1% of the total park area. The Plitvice Lakes National Park offers visitors 7 different routes to tour the lake system and 4 hiking trails. The park is open to visitors year-round. All visitors are required to follow the instructions listed on the information panels, to keep on the marked trails, and to leave no traces of their visit, such as litter or marking or devastating nature in any form. It winds its way all along the Irish west coast, from the Inishowen Peninsula in the north down to the picturesque town of Kinsale, County Cork, in the south. The Wild Atlantic Way, 1,600 miles in length, is one of the longest defined coastal routes in the world. Who dares to go to the end of this road, let me know. The Wild Atlantic Way route from start to finish unfolds the wonders of nature, the power of the ocean and its imprint on the west coast of Ireland, and the stunning countryside in all its diversity. Enchanting villages are nestled along the coast, as well as ancient monuments, their origins having long sunk into the mists of oblivion dot the landscape. Behind every bend on this magical coastal road, a new delight awaits. The wild Atlantic, with its unrestrained and untamable tides and storms, has continuously been molding the west coast of Ireland. With a constant meeting of water and land, A deeply indented and wild terrain has emerged with towering cliffs, spellbinding bays and beaches, mystical islands, always changing and never reaching the end. In the isolation, or perhaps expressed in a different way, living near and with the Atlantic at your doorstep has ensured that old traditions and the Irish language have been preserved. A trip along the Wild Atlantic Way is also an encounter with the past. Along the way, hikers can enjoy the local culture, traditional Irish music in local pubs, exploring ancient ruins, and the always tasty regional cuisine. Traveling to Iceland, the cold island of northern Europe, is not only a common tourist destination, but also a mysterious and unique world. The Northern Lights are truly one of the special and unforgettable experiences when traveling to Iceland. Every time winter begins, when the sky darkens, the blue, purple, and red bands of light light up, creating a beautiful and magical picture in the night sky. Summer in Iceland, starting from mid-June to August every year, brings a special travel experience to visitors. Although located near the North Pole, Iceland is not affected by the tropics like other countries, so the weather is still cool and pleasant. During the summer, Iceland's days are long, and the sunlight is strong, creating ideal conditions for outdoor activities such as hiking, mountain climbing, and exploring unspoiled areas. Visitors also have the opportunity to enjoy beautiful natural landscapes, such as waterfalls, natural hot springs, and dense forests. Blue Lagoon is one of the destinations that you cannot miss when traveling to Iceland. Known as a world-class hot spring resort and spa, Blue Lagoon attracts visitors with its emerald green mineral water, rich in minerals and silica. Landmannalaugar, also known as Laugar, is part of the Fjalabak Nature Reserve, located in Iceland. This area is still quite pristine, with few human footprints. Therefore, many adventure travelers often choose Laugar as the starting point for trekking trips to explore the nature of the far north. Snow-capped peaks, fairytale castles, and charming mountain villages, the Bavarian Alps are a definite highlight of any trip to southern Germany. Every visitor to this dramatic corner of Bavaria should set aside time to explore the rugged landscapes of Europe's premier mountain range. In Germany's silvery sliver of the Alps, there are two peak times to visit: during the snowy winter and at the height of the European summer holidays in July and August. As winter is ski season in the Alps, transport and accommodation can become very pricey between December and April, and prices peak again in the summer. Around 7 to 10 days in Bavaria is ideal. You could easily spend several weeks exploring the idyllic alpine landscape, but a week is enough to absorb and experience the cultural traditions and visit the picturesque castles and towns. Nestled at the southern end of the famous romantic road, Fusen is a small, charming town that feels like it's been frozen in time. It is best known for its proximity to two of Germany's most iconic fairytale castles, Neuschwanstein Castle and Hohenschwangau Castle. Mittenwald, often referred to as one of the most beautiful villages in the Bavarian Alps, has a rich history as a violin-making town. Drive south to the island-dotted lake of Eibsee and the Zugspitze cable car. Its construction, which began in 2015 and took 2 years, was a veritable engineering feat, carrying up to 120 people each. Its glass cabins glide smoothly to the 2,962-meter summit of Germany's highest mountain in a matter of minutes. If you visited this place, comment number 2. If not, comment number 4. The capital of the truly extraordinary testimonies of dry stone construction with conical or pyramid-shaped roofs, will enchant you with an expanse of more than 1,500 trulli that have been on the UNESCO World Heritage List since 1996. Alberobello is a fairy tale place, a little gem nestled in the Etria Valley between the Apulian provinces of Bari, Brindisi, and Taranto. The entire Etria Valley is characterized by the presence of these picturesque constructions, finding their roots in the prehistoric era. But it is in Alberobello that the highest concentration of the best preserved examples can be found. Humans began to settle along the Etria Valley, and in Alberobello in particular, around 1,000 years ago. The Mediterranean climate, excellent accommodation, and unparalleled architectural harmony make this town the ideal destination for visitors in search of an atmosphere that has not been affected by the passage of time. Do you feel like setting out to discover these wonders? Most of the commercial activities for tourists in the city are concentrated in this district, where you can stroll and shop among the various souvenir shops and local craft shops. Major craft activities include local materials such as stone, wood, and leather, with some artisans working on their creations before your eyes. If you want to visit the Trulli inside, this is the place where many traders invite you to do so. The Pyrenees Mountains form the physical border between Spain and France and stretches from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea. It is a mountain range between France and Spain and an area of outstanding natural beauty. The snow-capped ridges of the Pyrenees Mountains are a popular destination with skiers, climbers, and walkers. There are also a number of special camps where athletes undertake high-altitude training. The 720-kilometer route takes in 28 mountain climbs and needs to be covered within 100 hours over a 10-day period. While the north and west of the Pyrenees are green, densely forested, and often shrouded in waves of mist and drizzle. The east and south spend much of the year basking in warm sunshine and are covered in aromatic Mediterranean brush. This diversity means that almost every valley can seem to be a world unto itself, with wildlife, weather, people, scenery, stories, and traditions that can be totally different to those in the next valley across. In the central and eastern Pyrenees, April and May, when the rivers are swollen after snowmelt, conditions are perfect for water sports such as rafting, kayaking, riverboarding, and canyoning. June to mid-September are the driest and sunniest months, best time for hiking in the mountains, for horse trekking, rock climbing, and road and mountain biking. Though in high summer, you must come prepared for some really high temperatures. And of course, if you are a winter sports lover, December through to February is your ideal time to come. Bern, in German, means bear, so it is not difficult to see the image of lovely bears appearing on flags, emblems, and scattered throughout the city. The bears have also become the mascots that bring luck to this city. The Swiss capital is a total work of art. With its UNESCO-listed Old Town, cathedral, clock tower, fountains, and numerous arcades, Bern is one of Switzerland's most beautiful cities. Between all of the sights on offer, the city also offers you plenty of nature and a chance to refresh yourself on the River Aar. Sightseeing in Bern is one thing above all. It offers variety. You can first visit the Parliament House, the center of Swiss democracy, as well as Parliament Square and the Parliament House Terrace. Continue your stroll through Bern's Old Town with its many arcades. The journey there is a highlight in itself. You'll cross the River Aar via the imposing Nudegbrücke Bridge, which offers you amazing views of the Old Town and the mountains. The Old Town of Bern has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1983. Covering a distance of 6 kilometers, walk through the characteristic arcades and marvel at the vaulted cellars that are home to studios, bars, and shops. Visit the Zietklage Clock Tower and the cathedral, and marvel at the impressive sandstone houses and the many historic fountains. Norway is famous for its fjords, narrow valleys penetrated by seawater, creating majestic natural landscapes, which when mentioned, people often immediately think of the image of towering mountains next to emerald green water. These fjords are recognized by UNESCO as a World Natural Heritage, attracting millions of tourists every year. Known as the Jewel of Norway, Geiranger Fjord is one of the most beautiful fjords in the world. This is not only a tourist destination, but also a natural heritage recognized by UNESCO. The highlight of Geiranger Fjord is the waterfalls pouring from a height of more than 250 meters, the most prominent of which is the Seven Sisters waterfall. With a length of 205 kilometers and a depth of more than 1,300 meters, Sognefjord is the largest fjord in Norway. This not only makes it a prominent place in the hearts of tourists, but also a pride of Norwegian culture. The highlight of Sognefjord is the town of Flåm, with the spectacular Flåm Railway, one of the most beautiful railways in the world. Located in southern Norway, Lysefjord attracts tourists with the 604-meter-high Preikestolen cliff. This is one of the most famous trekking spots in Norway, where you will have the opportunity to conquer this famous cliff to see the whole fjord from above. When reaching the top, the feeling of standing on the cliff with a deep abyss on one side and a beautiful view of Lysefjord on the other will make you feel happy and satisfied. Summer is the ideal time to explore and admire the fjord with bright sunshine. At this time, you can not only admire the beauty of the natural scenery, but also enjoy the midnight sunlight in northern Norway. It has been continuously inhabited since the 11th millennium BC, making it a truly ancient capital. Athens is one of the oldest cities in the world, with a history that stretches back over 3,400 years. Athens is famously known as the birthplace of democracy, philosophy, science, and the arts in Western civilization. The Parthenon stands proudly over the city, reminding visitors of its glorious past and cultural heritage. Despite its age, Athens offers modern infrastructure, including a world-class metro and high-standard hotel accommodation. The Mediterranean climate and bright Greek sunlight make Athens a great destination any time of the year. The city's historic center has been transformed into a pedestrian zone connecting major archaeological sites. Athens blends ancient landmarks with urban energy, offering vibrant nightlife, shopping, and excellent dining options. You'll find Athenians warm and welcoming, adding to the overall charm of this remarkable city. Munich is a city where lifestyle takes center stage, blending elegance, tradition, and a love for leisure. Locals enjoy their days in beer gardens, upscale shops, and Bayern Munich's world-famous stadium. Once the capital of the Kingdom of Bavaria, Munich still reflects its royal past in architecture and tradition. The city was heavily damaged during World War II, but was meticulously rebuilt afterward. Today, it thrives as a modern, cultured, and sophisticated urban center with a unique charm. At its heart lies Marienplatz, a lively square framed by historic town halls and bustling activity. Munich is both lively and calm, offering tranquil parks and buzzing cultural events year-round. Its climate is typically German, with cold winters, mild springs, and pleasant summers ideal for festivals. Visitors are drawn to its churches, museums, and seasonal markets filled with music, color, and joy. Life in Munich is best enjoyed slowly, over festivals, conversations, and a slice of its famous cake. Celts, Phoenicians, Romans, and Arabs once lived here, shaping its rich and diverse cultural layers. The town earned the nickname, the city hanging between the clouds, for its high elevation and breathtaking cliffs. Ronda is a town in Malaga split by the dramatic Tajo Gorge, over 100 meters deep and truly awe-inspiring. Its historic center, filled with ancient charm, has been officially recognized as a property of cultural interest. Several original gates and sections of the protective walls from earlier times still stand today. Ronda's three iconic bridges, Puente Romano, Puente Viejo, and Puente Nuevo, connect the old and new towns. Puente Nuevo is the tallest and most famous, perched 120 meters above the gorge floor. Photographers often flock to Puente Nuevo for stunning views of the canyon and the surrounding landscape. The town is also considered the birthplace of bullfighting, home to the historic Corrida Goyesca. For the best view of the bull ring, relax with a coffee at the Hotel Cafe, located directly across from it, Zaanse is a charming medieval village perched on a mountainside above the Mediterranean Sea, nestled between Saint-Jean-Cap-Ferrat and Monaco. Its cobbled streets and stone buildings reflect centuries of history, offering a glimpse into life from a bygone era. Panoramic views, floral alleyways, and carefully preserved architecture make it a visually unforgettable destination. Wander the narrow lanes decorated with vibrant flowers and discover art galleries, boutique shops, and hidden courtyards. For beach lovers, the pebble shore of Aise-sur-Mer is just a 45-minute hike down the scenic Nietzsche path. Many visitors explore the village by day and end their trip with a quiet dinner as the sun sets over the Riviera. Whether you spend a few hours or an entire day, Aise adds timeless beauty to any Côte d'Azur itinerary. Located in the south of Italy, Sicily is the largest island in the Mediterranean Sea. It is famous for its picturesque coastline, historic towns, and many interesting attractions. For the islanders, Sicily is not only famous as a mafia mecca in the legendary novel and film The Godfather, but also a land of culture, language, and cuisine. Sicily is shaped like a triangle, so it also has another name, Trinacria. The earliest archaeological evidence of human activity on the island dates back to 12,000 BC. The indigenous Sicilians are believed to have occupied the island since 8000 BC and named it Sicily. It has a rich and unique culture, especially in fine arts, music, literature, cuisine, and architecture. This land also has important archaeological and ancient sites. When coming to the largest island in the Mediterranean and the 45th largest in the world, you definitely cannot miss Cefalu, a small fishing village located in the north of Sicily, which is also the most enchanting destination on the entire island. This small town was founded by the Greeks. They called it Kephalloidion, and then the Romans renamed it Cephaloidium. In contrast to the peaceful ancient Cefalù is Catania, the second largest city in Sicily, with the still active volcano Etna. In contrast to all the noise and chaos that hits visitors at first sight, Catania has a strong attraction. Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland, located on the shores of the Forth Bay in the United Kingdom. Edinburgh is located halfway up the mountainside, with a history dating back to 8,500 BC, and has been recognized as the capital of Scotland since the 15th century. It was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1995. The capital, Edinburgh, is the second largest city in Scotland. It is also one of the major financial centers in Europe, with many large banks, and is known as the city of money-making money. Edinburgh is also a city of festivals, art, architecture, literature, cuisine, and the long-standing historical traditions typical of Scotland. Visiting Edinburgh will surprise visitors with its ancient medieval architecture, mixed with modern commercial centers and romantic corners of a peaceful countryside. Edinburgh is characterized by its streets, steep roads, and many levels. From the quiet streets out onto the main street, visitors are immediately met with the hustle and bustle of a major city. One of the best things to do in Edinburgh is to climb Arthur's Seat, located in the ancient grounds of Holyrood Park. This dormant volcano stands 251 meters above sea level and offers 360-degree views of Edinburgh and the Lothians. It's a great way to feel like you're in the Highlands, in the heart of Edinburgh. dramatically located atop Castle Rock, overlooking the city. This is a must-see on your Edinburgh list. The castle chapel dates back to the 1130s, making it the oldest building in the city, and the complex also houses important Scottish artifacts, such as the Honours of Scotland, the oldest crown jewels in the UK. Founded in the 13th century, this UNESCO World Heritage City quickly developed and became one of the commercial centers of Europe. Český Krumlov is an ancient city located on both banks of the Vltava River, located in the southern Bohemian region of the Czech Republic. The surrounding landscape is green hills, creating a poetic and charming scene. This is considered one of the oldest villages, still preserving the historical and cultural values of the Czech Republic. During the time of the Rosenberg family, it was the peak of prosperity. The ancient city of Český Krumlov has many buildings designed in many different schools, such as Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque. In addition to castles and houses with unique and sophisticated architecture, inside the city there are many galleries, cafes, restaurants, scattered with equally impressive designs. Walking on the streets of Český Krumlov, visitors feel like they are stepping through the gate of time. You will be taken back to the Middle Ages with its poetic, gentle beauty and slow pace of life. In this city, there are many historical relics that still exist over time. Each street corner and street name has its own story. And the undulating houses with orange-red tiled roofs and moss-covered walls are familiar scenes that you can see in Český Krumlov. Formed by volcanic eruptions over 3 million years ago, the soft rock was shaped into bizarre formations through centuries of erosion. Cappadocia, located in central Turkey, is a unique and captivating destination known for its surreal landscapes and rich cultural history. The region is famous for its fairy chimneys, stone castles, cave houses, and sunrise hot air balloon rides. Early inhabitants carved out homes, churches, and even entire underground cities into the rock for shelter and protection. Gureme, a town in the heart of Cappadocia, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for its cave churches and rock-hewn architecture. Uçhisar Castle, though rugged in appearance, offers breathtaking panoramic views, especially on clear days, with Mount Erciyes visible. Ürgüp is home to charming cave hotels and vineyards, perfect for travelers seeking comfort and character in their stay. The fairy chimneys and ancient Christian rock churches are among the area's most iconic features. Winter transforms Cappadocia into a snow-covered wonderland, though slippery roads require extra caution. The climate can be hot and dry, so carrying water is essential during daytime exploration. One of the most unforgettable experiences is a sunrise hot air balloon ride over the rocky terrain. As the sky fills with vibrant balloons, the first golden rays of light reveal Cappadocia's extraordinary beauty. Sintra is a fairy tale town nestled among the pine-covered hills of the Serra de Sintra, Portugal. It is a beautiful municipality in Grande Lisboa, Portugal. Sintra nestles at the foot of the Serra de Sintra Mountains, with lush green landscapes and cool air that made it a favorite summer residence of the Portuguese royal family. In 1755, the area suffered a historic earthquake, turning the entire area into ruins. In the 19th century, Ferdinand II rebuilt Sintra with a blend of many architectural styles. Sintra is ranked as the richest and most expensive city in Portugal. It is also a center of agricultural, industrial, and tourist trade in Portugal. The Pina National Palace, located on a high hill above the city of Sintra, is considered one of the most impressive structures of 19th century European Romanticism. The palace has Moorish, Neo-Manueline, and Neo-Renaissance architectural styles with many round domes and external terraces. The Quinta da Galera Chapel is one of the most famous attractions in Sintra. The chapel was once the residence of the Portuguese royal family and is now the private home of a millionaire. The building has large, elaborately decorated rooms with statues, alchemical frescoes, and images of the Knights Templar. Set between the Dockstein Mountains and Hallstatt Lake, the village features charming wooden houses stretching along the waterfront. Hallstatt lies between Salzburg and Graz, in Austria's Salzkammergut region, and is known for its fairy tale-like mountain and lake scenery. The town gets its name from the Hallstatt culture, a major European civilization during the early Iron Age. Its breathtaking beauty has earned it titles like the Pearl of Austria and a real-life fairyland. Hallstatt is also famous for its ancient salt mine, considered the oldest in the world with a 7,000-year history. In the village center, colorful old houses with flower-covered balconies create a postcard-perfect atmosphere. Visitors are encouraged to walk through the peaceful streets to truly appreciate the serene and cozy vibe. Hallstatt Lake offers crystal clear waters and stunning reflections of the village and surrounding mountain peaks. You can join a boat trip on the lake or simply relax by the shore to soak in the peaceful environment. Despite its small population, Hallstatt has both Catholic and Protestant churches that offer panoramic views of the town. The Swiss Alps are the highlight of any tour to Switzerland. Even though less than 15% of the Alps lie within Switzerland, it's the country that people most closely associate with the Alps. No doubt, Switzerland is home to some of the most famous alpine locations: the Matterhorn, the Eiger, the Jungfrau, and many of the highest peaks and largest glaciers. It's also home to an extensive network of well-marked hiking trails. The Swiss Alps also have 48 mountain peaks, which are over 4,000 meters, as well as countless lakes and an extraordinary variety of flora and fauna. The mountains run the width of Switzerland, from Lake Geneva in the west to the Austrian border in the east. Switzerland shares the Alps with 7 other countries: Austria, France, Germany, Italy, Liechtenstein, Monaco, and Slovenia. All 8 alpine countries have signed the Alpine Convention, which aims to harmonize policies and promote sustainable development. The protection of alpine regions is also enshrined in the federal constitution. It is hard to imagine Switzerland without its mountains. The Alps have molded Switzerland's identity since time immemorial and are of great historical and geopolitical importance. Although the Central Plateau remains the country's economic epicenter, a sizable share of the national economy depends on the mountains. Switzerland's mountains are a major tourist destination, and many alpine passes and tunnels are key transit routes. Explore Stockholm's perfect fusion of history and modern urbanity. From cultural gems to green retreats, Sweden's international capital promises a wealth of experiences. Discover the allure of Stockholm, your go-to destination for a seamless blend of past and present. Stockholm, the largest city in Scandinavia, effortlessly intertwines a rich history and stunning nature with the cultural sophistication, modern architecture, and dynamic attitudes of a thriving metropolis. More than just a picturesque city, Stockholm prides itself on being an advocate of tolerance and inclusivity. Hosting the renowned Stockholm Pride Festival, the largest in the Nordic region, the city welcomes tens of thousands of LGBTQ+ visitors from around the world every summer. This visionary city also stands as the epicenter of a thriving tech innovation community and a growing array of startups, rivaling even the density found in Silicon Valley. Stockholm's influence extends globally, with industry giants such as Spotify, the pioneering music streaming service, and Mojang Studios, the creators of the gaming phenomenon Minecraft. Navigating the city is a breeze, whether you choose to walk, bike, or use public transport. Each district in the city has its own unique personality. For example, Södermalm is known for its creative atmosphere, Östermalm for its elegance, and Norrmalm for its vibrant energy. In between, you find the old town Gamla Stan, contributing to the diverse appeal of Stockholm. The city has twice hosted the Winter Olympics, in 1964 and 1976, showcasing its importance in global winter sports. Innsbruck is the capital of Tyrol in Western Austria, known for its breathtaking alpine scenery and vibrant cultural heritage. With over 800 years of history, Innsbruck perfectly blends urban charm and mountainous beauty, earning it the title Capital of the Alps. It is surrounded by the towering Alps and the tranquil Inn River, offering incredible landscapes year-round. Innsbruck is a paradise for nature lovers and adventure seekers, especially those passionate about skiing or mountaineering. Winter, from December to February, is the best season for enjoying snow sports and exploring the icy mountain trails. Famous ski resorts like Nordket and Patcherkofel attract thousands of visitors every year. The Old Town features medieval architecture, charming alleyways, and the iconic Golden Roof landmark. Even though the country's capital moved from here to Warsaw 400 years ago, Kraków remains Poland's cultural and intellectual center. Kraków is easily Poland's best destination. A beautiful, old-fashioned city buzzing with enjoyable sights, tourists, and college students, and some heavy history. In 1978, Krakow's entire Old Town was one of the very first sites chosen for the newly created UNESCO World Heritage List. With beautiful pastel-colored buildings, grand churches, markets, museums, fountains, one of the oldest universities in the world, and plenty of outdoor cafes. It's easy to see why. But one of the best things about the Old Town is the way it'll make you feel. As you explore the cobbled streets, you'll walk side by side with nuns in traditional habits and come across remnants of the city's once grand fortifications. You'll see a constant stream of horse-drawn carriages trotting down its royal road. All this gives the city an old-world feeling that quickly gets under your skin. Even the most sophisticated of culinary palates will find more than enough to satisfy themselves in the hundreds of restaurants where one can dine on the beloved, time-tested traditional fare and on dishes that dazzle with their modern creativity. Not without reason, then, in 2019, the European Academy of Gastronomy awarded Krakow the title European Capital of Gastronomic Culture for the first time ever. Its dramatic landscapes and idyllic weather enticed ancient Roman nobles to build their villas there, and the high-end real estate trend never faded. The allure of the Amalfi Coast has drawn people to the region that is now Italy for centuries. Today, the mountains and cliffs remain dotted with breathtaking historic houses perched above the crystalline waters, making the coastline one of the most sought-after destinations in the world. Its fragile cultural landscape, churches, gardens, vineyards, and towns, is divided into 16 municipalities and listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Unfortunately, the Amalfi Coast is a bit of a victim of its own success, and in recent years has made headlines for overcrowding and the ensuing traffic jams. That doesn't mean you should avoid it, though. You just have to be a bit strategic about when and where you go. If you've seen the Amalfi Coast on Instagram, chances are you've seen Positano. Stunning views from its fine hotels make for wanderlust-inducing shots. With its brightly colored houses spilling over cliffs around the bay, and dramatic mountains rearing up in the background, the village is picture perfect. Amalfi is the largest town on its namesake coast. It serves as a major intersection for nearly all the buses, boats, and ferries shuttling tourists between the islands and towns, which means the crowds can be overwhelming. Perched high in the hills above the Amalfi Coast, Ravello lacks access to the sea, but makes up for it with breathtaking views. Historically, while Positano was a fishing town, Ravello was favored by the aristocracy, artists, and writers like Richard Wagner and Moritz Cornelis Escher, who found inspiration in the town. This maritime heritage city on the banks of the Mersey is a perennial city break favorite. Its waterfront may have controversially lost its status as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but the city retains its wide-ranging appeal. From hedonistic nightlife to architecture via major sporting and cultural events. Liverpool was the European capital of culture in 2008, and its renaissance has continued apace ever since. Only 2 hours by train from London and 45 minutes from Manchester, Liverpool has transformed into a tourist hotspot with world-class museums, legendary nightlife, and welcoming locals. Start on the waterfront at the Landmark Museum of Liverpool for the city's backstory. Further along, the banks of the river is the Albert Dock, a symbol of the city's regeneration. The largest cathedral in the UK, Liverpool Cathedral, is simply astounding in its size. Completed in 1978, the cathedral isn't just a place to worship, but a place to enjoy events and even dining. Purchase a ticket to climb the tower and take in the incredible views of the city. The best time to visit Liverpool is from May to September, when the weather is pleasantly warm and plenty of festivals are on offer, like International Beetle Week, Liverpool Biennial, and the Liverpool International Music Festival. Nestled between green mountains and blue water, Geneva has a temperate climate all year round, with picturesque scenery, making it the tourist capital of Switzerland. Geneva is a city in southwestern Switzerland, from where you can see the highest peak of Mount Blanc in the Alps. The Rhone River winds through Geneva, dividing it into two banks. It is also a global city, a financial center, and a global center for diplomacy due to the convergence of many international organizations, including the European headquarters of the United Nations. Lake Léman is a freshwater lake located in the center of Geneva, but its area stretches across both Switzerland and France. It is surrounded by majestic mountain scenery, with magnificent and majestic buildings on its banks. This is an iconic architectural work of Geneva located on Lake Léman. The Jet d'eau fountain has the world's highest water column, reaching 140 meters, and can be seen from most of Geneva's tall buildings. Geneva's Old Town is known as the historic center of Switzerland, nestled around a maze-like hill. The neighborhood is characterized by cobblestone streets, skyscrapers, ancient walls, alleys filled with shops, and historical landmarks. Here's another thing that Geneva is remarkable for: a 27-mile ring of superconducting magnets that's accelerating particles at the speed of light. It seems incredible that a world-renowned physics laboratory attempting to solve the secrets of the universe should be open to the likes of us mere mortals, but it is. More and more, families are cherishing time together across several generations, but it's not always simple to find a place in the world where there is something for everyone. Somehow, Provence ticks the boxes for all the younger generations, the not so young, and all in between. You can fill a morning and early afternoon with markets and historical village explorations. Then sit back and enjoy the slower pace of life with lazy lunches and dinners around an extended table of tasty local food while the kids play in the pool. The photographs of Provence say it all: vast, never-ending cloudless blue skies. Let's face it, nobody loves taking a chance on having a rainy holiday. Provence averages a crazy number of 300 days of sun a year, making booking a holiday here a good weather bet, yet also an ideal place to visit in the spring and fall when the temperatures are supremely comfortable. In contrast to modern and bustling Paris, Provence is peaceful and simple, surrounded by brilliant flowers all year round. You will see the image of farmers working hard under the flower canopy, or horses leisurely on the vast fields, helping to calm the mind, free the mind, and forget all the worries of life. However, the most ideal time is the summer months from June to August every year. At this time, the weather becomes dry, suitable for walking in the lavender fields or watching the sunflowers, jasmine, lilies, violets, blooming together. Croatia has one of the most indented coastlines in the world, with more than 1,200 islands awaiting for you with open arms. Hvar is known as Croatia's sunniest island. That means you will have plenty of time to explore everything that offers. Hidden beaches with crystal clear sea, ancient forts, and historic streets will occupy your curiosity. Also known for its amazing nature, Munich is a home to a national park, which has 2 lakes perfect to explore by a bike. Since you are visiting these widely famous islands, be sure to visit Dugi Otok as well. It is only a sail away. Surrounded by the endless blue sea on all sides, the island has preserved everything that truly matters: the timeless beauty of life, the Mediterranean as we love it, and the essence we wish to protect forever. These 2 Kvarner Gulf neighbors encapsulate the huge variety of Croatia's islands. Start in Rabtown, where the distinctive skyline of 4 medieval and Renaissance belfries crowns a clutch of Venetian palaces and stone houses in narrow marble lanes. Then, sail southeast to Lochinj, where 19th century Habsburg nobility built lavish palaces, and Emperor Franz Josef I was immediately seduced by the constant fragrance of wild herbs. Sitting on its own thumb-shaped peninsula, its marble alleyways fanning out in the pattern of a fish skeleton, Korčula town is a must-see. It's the ideal place for exploring shiny Venetian lanes, cobbled squares, and the waterfront route that circles the town. You will find several picturesque villages in the Wachau region along the Danube, but one of our favorites is Dürnstein. The tiny town on the banks of the Danube gets its charm from a mix of authentic historic buildings, its riverside location, and good old Austrian hospitality. The town, named after the castle perched above, is far better preserved than the castle itself, which now consists of crumbled ruins. Surrounded by the Wachau wine and fruit region, Dürnstein is a charming destination for both local and international visitors. Arriving in Dürnstein, you cannot miss the ruins of a medieval castle on the rock outcrop above the town. We hiked up to Dürnstein Castle, even though the ruins themselves were not worth visiting. Nonetheless, the effort paid dividends with the combination of amazing views and the lovely path through the vineyards. Wherever we looked, we were surrounded by vineyards. Moreover, vines are also used as ornamental plants, and you will also notice them inside the town. Farmers around Dürnstein also cultivate different varieties of fruit, one of the most popular being apricots. Strasbourg is located in the Grand Est region of France, about 4 kilometers from the German border, and is one of the most unique cities in Europe. From 1871 until the end of World War I, the city belonged to Germany before returning to France. During World War II, Strasbourg fell back into German hands. These changes contributed to the formation of a special cultural exchange, making Strasbourg a symbol of peace and connection between the two countries. Strasbourg Cathedral, also known as Notre Dame de Strasbourg, is a magnificent Gothic architectural icon and one of the prominent European tourist destinations in the city center. This building impresses visitors with its towering bell tower and was the tallest building in the world for nearly 2 centuries. The old town of La Petite France, located next to the gentle Third River, is a beauty that you cannot miss when traveling to Strasbourg. In this old town, you can discover houses with ancient architecture of southern Germany. Along with that, the gentle, pleasant scenery of beautiful, charming flower bushes along the road will make you feel the fresh, gentle air of this old town. Foie gras is a traditional dish and a culinary pride in Strasbourg. Made from foie gras, or specially raised duck, this dish brings an irresistible fatty and smooth flavor. Nestled along the shores of Lake Ohrid, the city of Ohrid, North Macedonia is a lovely Balkan destination known for its stunning natural beauty, ancient churches, and quaint old town. It is a hidden gem in Europe, offering rich culture, tasty food, and serene lakeside beaches, without the crowds or high prices. This under-the-radar destination is perfect for those seeking a peaceful getaway with a unique charm. As one of the oldest and deepest lakes in Europe, it's hard not to feel the influence the lake has on the surrounding area. With its unique ecosystem, impressive Byzantine churches, and UNESCO status, it's one of the Balkans' true highlights. Swimming in the cooling waters, with fish gently gliding underneath, and a postcard view of Ohrid town in eyesight, is highly invigorating. They must have a filter hidden somewhere in the depths, because the lake is impossibly clean. It has been rumored that Ohrid once was home to 365 churches, one for every day of the year. There are still many churches sprinkled throughout the city, with great historical significance that are so worth visiting. The Church of St. John at Canio is one of Ohrid's most iconic landmarks. Dating back to the 13th century, the church is perched on a cliff overlooking Lake Ohrid, offering the best views and arguably the best sunset spot in the city. Barcelona is a vibrant, dynamic city with a unique culture. To fully appreciate its beauty, let's start our journey at Catalunya Square. This is the starting point of every adventure in Barcelona, where all the streets converge. From here, you will enter the city center and be immersed in a sea of people walking and joyful laughter. Next, let's explore La Rambla, a vibrant and colorful avenue. This tree-lined street stretches for more than a mile, connecting Catalunya Square with the Christopher Columbus Monument. This is a great place to immerse yourself in the pedestrian space, discover unique shops, cafes, souvenir stalls, and talented street artists. Take some time to visit the old town of Barcelona, wander around the small streets in this area, and discover the gentle lines of the past. Finally, no one can ignore the Sagrada Familia, a unique and famous symbol of Barcelona. Designed by the genius architect Antoni Gaudí, although it took 142 years to complete, this work still attracts millions of visitors every year. With a combination of natural architecture and unprecedented creativity, La Sagrada Familia is a living work of art and evokes the pride of Barcelona. Andalusia is one of Spain's most captivating regions, where cobbled town squares echo with the sound of guitars. Traditional tapas bars serve delicious dishes with crisp wines, and flamenco performances fill the night with passion. Soaring cathedrals overlook towns rich in Roman ruins and remnants of Moorish kingdoms. Along the Mediterranean, sun-drenched beaches meet peaks in the mountains. The Costa del Sol has long been a favorite, but craggy mountain towns retain their timeless charm. The region offers a mix of good food, wine, flamenco, bullfights, and a blend of modern cities and traditional towns. Stretching across the coast is the Baetic Cordillera, home to some of the tallest peaks, including Sierra Nevada. Inland, rolling hills and fertile plains are fed by the Guadalquivir River, an essential agricultural lifeline. Bullfighting began here, and its ancient bull rings are iconic. The region's Moorish heritage is striking, with palaces, mosques, and fortresses dotting the landscape, such as the Alhambra Palace in Granada and the Mezquita in Cordoba. This place is not only attractive for its architectural works, museums, ancient streets, and brilliant street corners, but also brings visitors unforgettable experiences of sophisticated culinary culture. Paris, the splendid capital of France, is considered one of the most romantic cities in the world. Fashion is also a highlight of the capital, Paris. Along Faubourg Saint-Honoré Street, there are many world-class fashion centers, such as Hermès, Dior, Lanvin. Life in this city is extremely luxurious and lavish, so Paris is always the destination of world celebrities to visit. When it comes to France, perhaps everyone knows the Eiffel Tower symbol. This is the tourist destination that anyone desires to admire the most when coming to Paris. The Eiffel Tower was built in 1884 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. The Seine River is the heart and soul of Paris, the romantic destination of this city of love. Along both banks of the Seine River are magnificent architectural works of Paris. Notre Dame Cathedral is known to world-famous tourists with the dramatic work The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which made a strong impression. The work has classic Gothic architecture located in the middle of the Seine River, built in 1163 during the reign of King Louis XII. The Louvre Museum is located on the right bank of the poetic Seine River. This is the largest and most famous art museum in the world, with magnificent architecture. Inside the museum is stored 30,000 priceless French masterpieces, such as the Mona Lisa painting, the statue of Venus. The Louvre Museum is a magnificent palace with a total area of 210,000 square meters. Venice is known by many familiar nicknames, such as Canal City, Floating City, Serenissima, Queen of the Adriatic, Water City, City of Bridges. Traveling to Venice, you will be surprised by the more than 120 Renaissance churches, 100 bell towers, 40 palaces, every year, Venice welcomes more than 25 million tourists to visit and experience the landscape, architecture, and lifestyle of this northeastern city of Italy. It is the most famous city for its ancient beauty, winding old streets, tube houses with many windows, unique architecture, and romantic love stories. Venice is unlike any other city in the world. This city is not only beautiful because of its history and architecture, but also attracts tourists with its flat-bottomed boats, canals, and wonderful food. This city is a major center of commerce, art, fashion, and is the hometown of many famous musicians such as Giovanni Ricci, Antonio Vivaldi. Coming here, you can stroll on the quiet alleys or experience Venice by drifting along the water on a gondola boat with the gondoliers humming. St. Marco Square is the center of the city, the most popular tourist attraction in Venice. Visitors can enjoy the open space in the square, admire the ancient beauty of San Marco Church. Around the square, there are many pleasant outdoor cafes, restaurants, and shops. Rialto Bridge is a famous landmark in Venice, built on the Grand Canal. The bridge is made of white limestone, dating from 1588. It has a beautiful, graceful arch shape, considered one of the masterpieces of Renaissance architecture. Istanbul is an ancient city with 2,600 years of history, where there are many churches, mosques, many historical buildings with many values. Ancient culture makes Istanbul the most attractive destination in Turkey. Istanbul was once the land of the four most powerful empires in Europe. In the 15th century, the Ottomans conquered Constantinople, established an Ottoman Empire, established a new Islamic culture. By the early 20th century, the Turkish Revolution eliminated the Ottoman Empire, and after a few other historical events, this place officially became the city of Istanbul until today. Taksim Square is large and is considered the heart of Istanbul. Pedestrians can see many restaurants, bars, cafes, shopping stores. In the evening, the atmosphere at Taksim Square becomes more exciting and bustling. This majestic Dolmabahce Palace is located right on the Bosphorus Strait which separates the two continents of Asia and Europe. Coming here, visitors will admire the delicate decorative motifs, along with the most beautiful and largest Bohemian crystal clusters in the world. The Hagia Sophia is considered one of the oldest museums in the world. The museum was built in the 6th century before the Middle Ages, standing out with its majestic dome. A trip to the Cyclades takes you on a voyage of discovery to islands with heavenly beaches and magnificent landscapes. The archipelago is made up of 250 islands. Beyond their architectural and cultural unity, you will find the beautiful white houses, typical of this part of the Mediterranean everywhere. Each of these islands has its own peculiarities and charms. Santorini is the most famous and visited island of the Cyclades. Lovers of ancient history will enjoy a visit to the site of Akrotiri, which was frozen by the eruption of the volcano around 1600 BC. Are you a lover of ancient mythology? Your trip to the Greek islands of the Cyclades can't be complete without a visit to Delos. Mykonos is known for its warm hospitality, vibrant nightlife, and unique blend of traditional Greek charm and cosmopolitan ambiance. Its beaches are magnificent, and a stroll through its capital, Kora, is a real treat. You can also visit some ancient ruins, and especially the famous 16th century windmills. In particular, the legends about the ancient stone mountain spirits and the houses on the mountainside with rich indigenous culture are what attract many people to want to visit the Dolomites once in their life. Considered a masterpiece of nature, The Dolomites possess towering limestone peaks tinged with mystery, stimulating the desire to explore of many people. Part of the Alps, the Dolomites stretch from the gentle Adige River to the Piave di Cadore River Valley in eastern Italy. The beauty of this place is the combination of Dolomite limestone mountains with sharp vertical peaks, narrow, deep valleys full of life and calm lakes. Because of its unique beauty that is rarely found anywhere else, the Dolomites were honored to be recognized by UNESCO as a World Cultural Heritage in 2009. In particular, according to our experience traveling to Italy, the changing of seasons is also a perfect moment in the Dolomites. During this period, the mountains are still hibernating or waking up, with the natural scenery gradually changing. Surely the beauty of the two seasons will make you love the Dolomites even more. Lago di Brise nestles peacefully on a majestic limestone mountain range, with emerald green water reflecting the beauty of the surrounding areas. The picture of Lago di Brise is a poetic symphony of colors, with the emerald green of the water, the surrounding evergreen forest, and the outstanding white of the majestic Dolomites. Europe invites you to explore its soul through every silent castle, every buzzing market, and every whispered legend. Its charm lingers in the warmth of a cafe, the echo of ancient footsteps, and the brilliance of timeless art. Each moment spent here becomes a memory carved deep into your journey. Long after you leave, Europe still lives quietly within you,